What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. Today we're going to be going international, to the far side of the world, to that wondrous land called Australia, where sovereign citizens' sense of authority and self-importance may very well be larger than the continent itself.
Does this court obey the law, sir?
Just have a seat.
Does this court obey the law?
Have a seat.
Even just once?
Have a seat. Mr. Prosecutor, how many police witnesses?
4, Your Honour. There's Miss Quinn, a Gary French, law court of defence and informant Borgridge.
So 2 police and 2 civilian? Now, Mr. Freeman.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, in Australia, they're not technically called sovereign citizens, they're called freemen on the land, and they all like to change their last name to Freeman. Jeez, I wonder how Morgan feels about that.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay, great. Moving on then.
In terms of your defence for the matter, what do you say? How many witnesses do you have?
I'll run my case where I'm going to run it, sir. Magistrate Stella Stuthridge has already progressed this matter. On the 13th of December last year.
Mr. Freeman, I've asked you a question.
I don't understand the question, sir. What was that?
How many witnesses do you have?
Witnesses?
Yeah.
I don't need witnesses.
Okay, so you have no witnesses?
Oh, by the way, apologies for the quality of the video. Apparently this person decided to just film the screen with their phone rather than, I don't know, use a screen capture program or download the actual video.
The purpose of this hearing is to determine how long the contested hearing will take.
Sir, it's not. That's not what Magistrate Stuthridge ruled, and I'm about to give you that information, and so far you suppressed me from giving that information.
This matter is listed for a contest mention. It's running as a contest mention.
Can I speak now, please, sir?
Your question.
On the 13th of December last year, Magistrate Stella Stuthridge identified serious issues I raised, being a serious abuse of process in this matter.
There's a whole mess of legal word salad here that I have absolutely no understanding of whatsoever, so I'm just going to skip over most of the long talky bits, but from what I can tell, he's using the Kim Blandino method, which is, if a judge says something he doesn't agree with, he delays his own case by wanting to speak to another one instead. Maybe he thinks when they run out of judges, the courts will just give up.
There has been a shocking delay in justice in the past year, waiting for my hearing. I've been back to court to try and get it heard sooner, which is a perversion of the course of justice, and I'm not ready to make any more concessions for people. I've been to court 15 times. You would have been the 5th magistrate, but as it's gone around in a circle, the 4th magistrate to sit on this case. This travesty of justice and unlawfulness by Loretta Quinn, by the police and by this court has continued for 2.5 years.
Wow, 2 years? Jeez, he must have had nothing better to do.
You and Evans and Eliades, French and Quinn and their lawyers all got in here and colluded all day long and harassed me for a full day in August. Then you adjourned it to November, and I was hounded and hammered again in the most sadistic way for a full day. And then I still didn't get the matter resolved because this court is still unable to resolve it according to law, which would only take 5 minutes.
I'm sure anything could be resolved in 5 minutes if you just stop talking for that long.
Now, the crimes that were committed by Loretta Quinn and Magistrate Cottrell took 17 minutes on the court record. It has now taken me 17 months to try and get the law simply upheld and get this matter reversed. And I can assure you, I am extremely angry and extremely determined, and I have no more concessions or grace left for anyone involved, and am ready to launch private prosecutions against anyone who breaks the law in the court today.
We do not care.
Now, I have the laws that are being broken,
Mr.
sir.
Freeman,
I'm being cut off, yeah? Okay.
Magistrate Stuthridge has made no orders in this matter. The matter is listed for a contest mention today.
So you're going to railroad me again, okay?
I have no evidence that what you say is correct. So, in terms of not calling any witnesses, it would appear to be a factual argument.
Correct, sir.
I have evidence to give on the stand, sir.
Well, it's a question of factual argument.
I have evidence to give up there to this court. That's my right.
Hey.
Oh, yes, it is today.
Whatever, I do what I want.
It is my right to a fair hearing. 2.5 years. Well, this needs to go to the Supreme Court. Do not adjourn this case, sir. You will be perverting the course of justice, and I will prosecute you.
What's the matter for you? How long will this matter take, Mr. Prosecutor? I would imagine at least a day.
At least a day, Your Honour.
This court has constructive knowledge of perjury being committed. You'll be aiding and abetting that if you proceed. You'll be in breach of Justice Gaudron's rulings in the High Court, Nicholas versus the Queen, 1998, by proceeding in a matter that is an abusive process, where there are other serious matters raised which have been identified by a previous magistrate. Yeah. You cannot proceed in this matter by ruling of the High Court of Australia.
Let me see if I got this straight. You go on about how you're unhappy that the case is being delayed, to such an extent that you imply the judge is committing an actual crime in preventing justice from being served, to now delaying the case yourself by saying it can't move forward.
You're acting in criminal bias. The magistrate acting oppressively or when interested. I have a right to a fair hearing and I have a right to justice. If I do not get it, this proves that this is not a court of competent jurisdiction and you will be prosecuted, sir. For the Supreme Court and High Court Justices listening to this recording in the future, take note the magistrate Dunn is not allowing me to have a fair hearing, is obstructing justice and is in breach of the law.
I seriously doubt any High Court justices are listening, and I doubt they would even entertain your nonsense arguments. The magistrate having to adjourn because of your deluded stupidity is not an obstruction of justice. It is a delay that you're causing.
So I have an hour allocated for this hearing. I want to get up on that stand and give some evidence.
No, you're not.
Okay, well, you're perverting the course of justice. I've had enough of it. You're acting oppressively and when interested, in breach of the Crimes Act.
Are you available on the 5th of February?
No. Sir, you have constructive knowledge of crimes committed in this court. You are now aiding and abetting them.
Are you available on the 5th of February?
Peter Dunn, I arrest you for aiding and abetting.
Are you serious?
Okay.
I arrest you for acting oppressively and when interested and perverting the course of justice. You must stand down. You are now in my custody and under arrest. You are not free to leave.
Would you just mind asking...
For the Supreme and High Court Justices listening to this recording in future, take note that the magistrate is under arrest for serious crimes committed against me.
Okay, I know I did the Jameson gag already, but I have to just laugh and ask, are you serious?
As have been outlined in numerous hearings and this one. I have no choice but to make this arrest under Section 458 of the Crimes Act, which is my lawful right to do so. This case cannot proceed. Right, who's the highest ranking police officer here?
That'd be me.
Right.
No.
So you're obliged.
No, I'm not.
Excuse me, you're obliged.
Excuse
to
me
make
for a
the
moment.
arrest.
Just excuse me,
A
Mr.
lawful
Freeman.
arrest has been made.
Mr. Freeman, just
Your
excuse me for a
address, Your
moment.
Honour, please.
5th of February at this court or at Juliet, at this court or at Myrtleford? Well, I need to know now whether it's Myrtleford or is it 5th of February a Myrtleford day? Okay, 5th of February at Myrtleford.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I don't think anyone in that courtroom is impressed with this idiot's attempt to arrest the magistrate.
Mr. Doss, I arrest you as well for malfeasance of public office and refusing to do your duty.
How about no?
Alright, and your other charges will be added to that. Okay? So for the court record, for the Supreme Court and High Court Justices listening to this recording, you're both under arrest. This matter has stopped. You are not free to leave. You are in my custody. If you leave, you will be escaping lawful custody and resisting arrest. That's the law under Section 458 of the Crimes Act, which I am entitled to enact
I think that's your
according to the circumstances.
That would be your interpretation of the law.
Say what you want. Yeah. All right.
Well, no, but just because you say so, Mr. Freeman, doesn't mean it's right.
So what
5th of February.
Please then, Constable Sarah Williamson. It's now your role
No.
I love it. Even the next cop says no immediately when he addresses him.
to arrest Mr. Dosser and Mr.
Time to go, Mr. Freeman.
Yeah.
The matter's booked in for a hearing.
This is done, Mr. Freeman. You're
Okay.
excused from...
I'll collect my papers. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Absolutely disgusting. Shameful.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I wasn't going to use those words to describe you, and... Oh, wait, you weren't talking about yourself, were you?
Now, the paper that you need, a document for the court, sir. I must leave here, according to law.
Well, if you leave it at the front counter, that'll be just...
Okay. Because you are under the Criminal Code Act, Section 83(4), because you are using force and intimidation to interfere with my Australian democratic and political right to have my case heard.
Off you go, Mr. Freeman.
Denied.
Off you go.
I arrest you, sir, and I
Time to
arrest
leave.
you.
Time to leave.
Time to leave. Grab your papers and off you go.
So all of you police in the courtroom and magistrate are arrested according to law.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This will be taken up in the Supreme Court. I'm now under duress. I fear for my safety, given that there are 4 armed criminals.
Your phone and all your bits and pieces.
4 armed criminals surrounding me in an intimidating manner. I'm under duress.
Then why are you still there talking? I guess this guy has poor intellect and poor survival instincts.
Off you go. Bye, Mr. Freeman.
Thank you for your time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another sovereign citizen who thinks he's so far above the law that he has the legal authority to arrest a magistrate and 6 police officers. I will say this for him, he was certainly determined to see this through to the end, no matter how obviously stupid it was. So I guess we could say there's more than one Freeman that's entertaining. What do you think, Morgan?
I don't give a shit.
Well, then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see here and you want me to see me look at even more stupid people in the future, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Till next time.